Chinese Cinderella. Chinese Cinderella is the true story of my childhood up until the age of 14. It was difficult and painful to write, but I felt compelled to do so. Although Chinese Cinderella was written when I was in my late 50s, inside, I'm still that same little 12-year-old, yearning for the love of my parents. I went back to school after the summer holidays in 1948, and Wu Chun-mei nominated me for class president. That night, my friends followed me home, wanting to celebrate me winning the election. And then the maid appeared and told me that my stepmother, Niang, wished to see me immediately. I tried to close the door, but Niang told me to leave it open. We could all hear the gleeful squeals of a dozen merry 10-year-olds echoing through the entire house. Who are these hooligans making such a racket in the living room downstairs? They're my friends from school. What are they doing here? They came to celebrate me winning the election for class president. Who invited them here? No one? Liar, you planned it, didn't you? To show off our house to your penniless classmates. How dare you? No, I didn't. They know I'm not allowed to go to their house, so they followed me here instead. Liar, go downstairs this instant and tell your hooligan friends to get out. Tell them to get lost and never come here again. Never, never, never! Cinderella, a world full of fairy godparents, wicked stepmothers, and a girl whose every dream comes true. In Adeline Junling Yen's autobiography, Chinese Cinderella, Adeline sees this Cinderellic tale mirrored in her own childhood. With disapproving parents and a wicked stepmother, Adeline searches for her own magic wand. Little did she know it would come in the form of a pen, a journal, and a dream. Chinese Cinderella by Adeline Junling Yen. Never! I hesitated in front of my classmates, unable to say a word. Finally, I choked out to the room at large. My father wishes to sleep. They want you to go home now. I'm sorry. I will never forget your loyalty. One by one, they trooped by, leaving their gifts at my side. I thought to myself, how is this possible? I, the same despised daughter, publicly rejected by my parents, am now being honored by my classmates. Which is the true me? Though it's blatantly obvious that my father loathes me as much as Niang does, perhaps he'll change his mind one day if I bring him a few more honors. After all, I am his real daughter. I hesitated at the threshold of my parents' room, thinking about running away, but then my father ordered me to come in and close the door. Why should your classmates give you gifts? It's because we won the election today. I'm now class president. We worked hard at it. Stop bragging. Who do you think you are? Some sort of princess that your friends should pay you tribute? You're getting altogether far too proud and conceited. You are nothing without your father. Nothing, nothing, nothing. You embarrassed us today when you asked your friends to come here and insult us. Family, ugliness should never be revealed in public. Since you are not happy here, you will have to go somewhere else. But where can I go? Who will take me in? We'll find a nice orphanage to take you in until you're old enough to support yourself. You can go now. 2 days later, an hour and a half after lunch, and the maid, Agum, knocked at our door. I answered it softly. She told me to pack my bags. I was being taken away. Niang and I climbed into the back seat of my father's Studebaker. I didn't know where they were taking us, and dared not ask. Our car stopped outside of a large school building, where a sign outside read, Sacred Heart School and Orphanage. 2 nuns in white habits greeted us, and Niang followed them into a conference room, leaving me in the hallway to wait. 2.5 hours later, they emerged together, and Niang actually introduced me with a smile. I thought, is this some part of her trick to abandon me in the orphanage? Dare I let my guard down? I better pay attention to what she's saying. I'm being admitted as a boarder. Did she say boarder? My heart is singing. I can hardly believe my good luck. When I went to school the next day, the school year had not yet started. The place was as quiet as a tomb. Day after day, I sat in the library reading and chatting with Mother Louisa. One day, I came across an announcement in a magazine about a playwriting competition open to English-speaking students anywhere in the world. Mother Louisa, do you think I should enter? Do you think I stand a chance? As good a chance as anyone. Since you have the time on your hands and wish to enter, why don't you? It will give you a goal and a chance to focus your energies. Because I don't think I'm good enough. I'm afraid of losing. Well, look at it this way. Anyone who enters has a chance. However, if you don't enter, then you most certainly will have ruined your chance even before you begin. So I sent for the information and was tremendously excited to receive 4 pages of extremely complicated rules and regulations. I read and reread the instructions and then set to work. I titled my play, Gone with the Locusts, and created a story of an imaginary African girl who was stolen by bandits during a time of famine brought on by locusts. Into my heroine, I poured everything of myself. I gave her my isolation, my loneliness, and my feelings of being unwanted. What began as a diversion slowly developed into a passion, and in the end, I had my heroine triumph over her adversaries through her own efforts. This play is dedicated to my father. I wrote proudly on the cover sheet and then sent it off the day before school restarted. School restarted and I was in the 5th form. Chinese New Year came and went in 1952 without any contact from home, nor any news about my playwriting competition, although 6 months had gone by. It was Saturday again. 8 weeks more and it would be the end of term. Adeline, hurry up downstairs. Your chauffeur is waiting to take you home. I ran down the stairs as in a nightmare, wondering what I had done wrong. My father was in his study and wanted to see me as soon as I got home. When I knocked on his door and entered, I saw him sitting there, looking relaxed, reading a newspaper. Come in, sit down. Here, take a look at this. They're writing about someone we both know, I think. He handed me the day's newspaper, and there, in one corner, was my name, Adeline Junling Yen, in capital letters, prominently displayed. It was announced today that 14-year-old schoolgirl Adeline Junling Yen has won first prize in the International Playwriting Competition. Is this possible? Am I dreaming? Me, the winner? I was going up the elevator this morning with my friend C.Y. Sung when he showed me this. Now C.Y. himself has a few children about your age, but so far none of them have won an international literary prize. So I was quite pleased to tell him, "You are my daughter. Well done." He looked radiant. For the first time in my life, my whole being vibrated with all the joy in the world, and I had only to reach out my hand to touch the stars.